Welcome to Envy's Donut, a podcast about everything, anything, and nothing in between. Hello, friends. Welcome to another episode. Our guest tonight is my friend Delia. Hello, Delia. How are you?
Hello, Andy. How are you tonight?
Or should I say, buenas noches, Delia?
Buenas noches, Andy. How are you? ¿Cómo estás?
¿Cómo estás? Yeah, I'm fine. Thank you. Well, tell us a bit about yourself, Delia. Who are you? Where are you coming from?
I'm coming from Spain, obviously. Yes, actually, I have a bit of a mix in my whole family because I actually was born in Panama, in Latin America. My mom is from there. My dad is Spanish, so I grew up in Spain. And I came here actually 16 years ago, will be this year. Can you believe it? I studied pharmacy in Spain, and there were a lot of posters at the time. They were recruiting pharmacists to come to the UK. 16 years ago, it was a high demand here for this job. So I did an interview, my flight, and I'm here since then. The rest is history. Never expected to be here for so long. So I met my partner. He's English, and we have a little baby. He's a toddler now, 18 months. And here I am, working obviously as a pharmacist since then. Yeah.
How did you end up doing pharmacy?
In Spain, well, to be fair, I always wanted to be a doctor because my mom is a doctor. My grandma was a nurse. So in Panama, they used to have like private clinics. So basically, and my dad had a private clinic as well in Spain. I grew up all my life surrounded by all these type of profession, really, in the health field. Never thought about being a pharmacist. I wanted to be a doctor, as I said. But education in Spain is different to here. So basically, you need to do an exam to access the public university, and it's by points, by marks. And I was a bit short for medicine, and I had a lot, for pharmacy. So my first choice was medicine. I didn't go in. I was on the waiting list. Second choice was pharmacy, and I obviously entered straight away. And I thought, you know what? Instead of waiting, I'm gonna just try and see how it goes. And I tried the first year, and I realized how versatile is this career. And actually, I really enjoy and like it a lot. And that's it. And I finished the degree. My last year was in Italy. And after that, I worked in Spain, honestly, just for 6 months. And then I saw the ads on the uni, and one of my friends told me that they were looking for pharmacists in the UK. So basically, I worked in Spain for 6 months, and then I came here. So it was everything so quick, and really, really excited actually that I took the opportunity. I always like traveling and living in different countries. Actually, while I was at the uni, as I said, I studied 1 year in Italy, but I also did some international exchange when I was like in the third year. And I ended up doing a summer experience in Belgrade, Serbia. And all those experiences, were making me feel like, yes, I want to know the world. I want to know more. And why not using my degree to start a new life elsewhere? And as I said, I never came to the UK before, to be honest. It was the first time I came, and I came to stay. So, yeah. But I do love my career. I think it's very complete in this country compared to mine. We focus a lot in services and learning all the time. And there is a lot of things we do in this country that are not a pharmacist competence in Spain. That's the reason why I found very interesting, or more interesting, the job here than there.
How do you find the work-personal life balance here compared to back in Spain?
I would say it's better here, to be honest, because in Spain, our pharmacies open long hours and overnight. So you need to do certain numbers of shifts overnight in Spain during the month. And also our timetables are different because, as you know, in Spain it's quite common to close for lunch, have a break and then open again and close later. So I know that here sometimes it sounds like too much, like 9 hours in a row, but at least I know when we close the pharmacy, I can dedicate the rest of the day for my family, for myself when I was single. So I found a good balance because I don't tend to bring work home or any other things. I'm very focused on that. I always been really, but in terms of a schedule, probably it's easier here than Spain, to be honest. It's all about how you want to approach your day. All of us, if you want to take work home, we can do. But it's up to you really to decide how to separate that. Pharmacy, stay there. Tomorrow will be another day. The rest of the hours I've got that are not a lot because we work until 6 every day is for me, which is for my family, myself, or my hobbies, whatever. I don't find really difficult that, but I know people do, and I feel for them because you need to be sometimes quite cold to be able to stop, leave it there, and then carry on another day. I think it's because my dad all his life got his business in Spain, and I remember that he never had a break. He always brought work home. We never could go on holidays with him. And I always promised myself that I didn't wanted that for me. In fact, a lot of people ask, typical, don't you think for a minute to have your own chemist? Would you like to stay and have your business or stuff like that? And my answer straight away is no. I prefer to work for a place that appreciate me. Obviously, I will work my heart and try my best where I am. But when you have your own place, it's normal that you have to be much more involved in that way, and it's difficult to trust people and all that. So no, I think I learned my lesson. Seeing my family always having businesses. That's why I like to be professional and do the best I can, but then enjoy life because I don't live to work. Work is something I enjoy, but also it's just a platform. It gives me, the opportunity to enjoy life as I want. That's the way I see work.
Yeah, that's what they say. If you own your own business, it's like 24/7. It's not like.
Exactly.
I was thinking about this system, they've got here where you can work part-time or as a locum or things like that, where you
Definitely.
can actually make your own schedule rather than, I don't know how the pharmacy works in Spain, but in Romania, you can't do that. You just have to be a manager and that's it.
No, in Spain you probably can work part-time if you want, maybe, but there is no such a thing as a locum thing, definitely not, which is really good because it gives you a lot of freedom and flexibility. You could be part-time, but obviously normally it's not a good salary as well. So yeah, I prefer the work here. Long story short, to be fair.
Yeah, yeah. Right. What was the lowest point in your life? What was the worst episode that you've experienced?
The lowest ever.
Yeah,
That's a difficult question because I am quite a positive person and I normally try not to think in the negative sides of experiences because life is full of up and downs, isn't it? I don't know. As a traumatic experience in my life, it will sound very awkward and weird, especially for other women. But I don't remember with happiness my postpartum after having my baby. It was a really difficult episode in my life because hormones, everything, after labor, overwhelming. And I think I'm happy to share this actually. As I'm talking to you, I'm thinking it's good to try to normalize how difficult it is for a woman, after giving birth and how underestimated it is by society in general. Thinking
sure.
that everything need to be, happy and dandy and you need to be, great and enjoying your baby and this and that when you are in absolutely pain. At least my experience, it was hard. I know for other women, it's fine. But for the majority, you go through up and downs of emotions, you probably sore. It is time to normalize a little bit that it's great when people pay so much attention to the babies and the babies are happy and healthy and lovable and everything. But I think it's time to pay a bit of more attention as well to the moms because it's really, really tough. It is. And I am a strong, resilient woman. I can tell you that this is really how I can define myself. And I never felt so out of control in my life than in my postpartum, really. And obviously, everything is temporary and it passed, and I'm perfectly fine now. And I'm enjoying so much life again. But those few weeks, honestly, I was even concerned because people talk a lot about depression, this and that. And I knew it wasn't because I know myself. But it's true that it was totally out of my control. And I like to know how, I work a lot my mind for my emotions. It's difficult to be positive all the time. Don't misunderstand me. It's a hard job to try to maintain the positive level, attitude in life. But that was one of the things that I couldn't. I was crying constantly. I was in pain. I couldn't enjoy my baby. I could see, obviously older generations like my mom, my mother-in-law, people like looking at me like, because before it was a taboo, basically to complain or say, or, and I felt somehow bad as well because I didn't expect it to feel this way. But if I had to remember something recent that really, really traumatized or marked me, it is that. I wouldn't imagine any other thing. Obviously, it's difficult to be far away from family. Every time you travel to your country and back, it's always sadness and a bit of nostalgia because obviously you're homesick sometimes and leaving my parents behind, they're getting older. All that is a sad point of my life, an ongoing thing that happened because I chose to live here. Yeah. And it's not happening all the time. But as a long experience or kind of a medium, length time, I would say,
Yeah,
were these 2 weeks or a few weeks after labor.
definitely get that. And as you said, it's not talked about, and it is
Yeah,
hard. I know from my wife.
of course, it is hard and it's like a taboo, So
Yeah,
nobody
but
talked to me about that ever. None of my friends are mummies, and because I'm a mother at quite old, to be honest. And all my friends were moms before me. Nobody ever, even if you ask, it's like they're embarrassed to share the reality. So nobody
yeah,
explained me anything, not even the midwife. You know what I mean? So for me, it was like a big shock, to be fair.
yeah,
But yeah, it's fine. I'm very honest to other people that are pregnant for the first time now, not to put them off, but just to be prepared, that everything might not be as beautiful, as amazing as you think, or as people think you have to be. And it's fine. It's fine not to be okay.
yeah. Maybe that's the thing. Maybe you don't want to spoil the happiness of others by saying these things, but then
Of course,
when
you don't. And I won't, put anybody off about this, but I just don't want them to have the same, feeling because people expect you to be super happy and because you have a baby and it's the most beautiful thing in the world and it's true. But it's something that you don't control. It's just
don't
that,
control, yeah,
yeah,
at least you're out of the woods now until your next one.
no, no, no. That's saving. I think I'm happy with one, to be fair. Not because of that experience. I know now how it is, and obviously I will approach everything in totally different way. But I think it's my age as well, and my partner's age is older than me, and it's nothing against of people being parents older, but we came to the conclusion that the best for all of us will be just having our William and just try to give him the best life and also try to ourselves and enjoy our life together.
Do you have a book, a person, or an event that changed your life for the better, or maybe change your perspective?
Oh, that's interesting. Books, I love reading, okay, and I actually read a lot of self-help books. I couldn't tell you any in particular because most of them are in Spanish, so I don't know if these authors actually they're here or to be fair, but books that help me the most are the self-help ones. That those are ones that maybe change my perspective. Of novels or poetry, things like that, I enjoy, but it's not like I am taking anything from that. I've been reading one recently, actually, and it's very interesting. And it's called The Power of Nunchi. This book is about a Korean philosophy of life, and is the master of being aware of when you enter in a room, to read the room, the personality, to be sensitive to that. They work that a lot from childhood because that helped them to build better relationship with people, basic better businesses as well, have this sense of awareness and read before giving too much or giving too little. You know what I mean? It's important, I think. Sometimes we're too impulsive and we don't observe and listen and how we should. And it's actually quite interesting. I'm learning quite a lot from this. It's good for everything, not only for work with your team members or your clients, customers. It's also you can extrapolate that to your relationships, to your friendships. And I think, it's quite interesting. I always like to read anything to do with this type of different cultures as well. Last year, I read something about hygge, which is the way Scandinavian like to implement in their homes, to make their homes really cozy. They use particularly lights, candles, because for them it's very important, for the mental health and a lot of things. And yeah, I love learning from different cultures actually. Yeah.
Yeah. You don't have to worry about the books in Spanish because we had a guest the other day. He was recommending books in Spanish, so it's no problem.
Oh,
No.
wow. Yes, yes. Well, so I can recommend one that is called El Arte de No Amargarse la Vida, and it's from a psychologist called Rafael Santandreu. And he wrote a lot of books, about this type of subject, which is like seeing life in a positive way. And it's very, very interesting and very easy to read as well, which is very important because he uses some experiences with his, clients. So it's really good. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like I was looking for something you might have read in a book and had like a wow moment, said, oh wow, that's interesting. I never thought about that, or something that have changed the way you look at things, maybe, or something like that.
Mm,
Um,
I don't know. It's more like no, because with all these books, I just like to maintain what I achieved during the years, really. And it's stay in that path, really. There is nothing yet that I feel like, um, well, I don't know. I don't know what to say. Maybe when I read books about economy or stuff like that, I might be more wow. I didn't know that, But in terms of
yeah,
mindset, I think I've been working that quite a long time right now. I mean, I've been practicing mindfulness for a long, long time. So all these type of books, yes, they help me, but I already been, learning that with the time. I will be more interested in reading something about our own career, like pharmacy, and thinking, oh, that's a new thing that works really in a different way, like those type of things, yes, obviously. But I
uh,
cannot now pinpoint a particular article or sentence or anything to tell you, to be fair,
so
Andy.
it's all right if nothing catch your eyes, because it happened to me. I mean, it's like after you read it for a while, you just feel like they're like building bricks. So it's one on
Hmm.
top of the other. So it's
Yeah,
nothing spectacular, but it's
yeah.
just there. It helps you improve, and yeah, really interesting. I know you're doing a lot of other things, not only pharmacy. I mean, you trained for a lot of other things in beauty and lifestyle and stuff like that.
Yes, I like trying different type of things really. I think I decided a few years ago that, well, obviously, I think one very important skill that we all should develop is the art of selling. Okay, because I believe that you don't know what can happen in life in terms with your career or anything, but if you know how to sell, you always have a life. Yeah.
That's marketing.
Exactly. Well, we don't work out as much in our degree about marketing. I don't know in your country, but in mine, we don't. We focus in science, chemistry and all these type of things. And then you realize that pharmacy is a really versatile business. We do a little bit of everything. So obviously, in terms of marketing and selling, I would definitely go for things that are inside my competence. With the pharmacy, what can we do is selling, obviously, good products for the skin or, stuff like that in terms of cosmetic. So yes, I was trying for a while doing the, selling products based in aloe vera. And I really enjoy that. Now I stop because I don't have the time anymore because you need to be very proactive with all these type of things. And when I became a mother, obviously, I focus in my work in the pharmacy, and that's it. I just don't have time anymore to focus in different businesses. But it was good to try, and obviously to learn new skills, and most important to lose the embarrassment to speak in public. Public speaking, because the market here obviously is in English. It's not my first language, so as you understand, it's more difficult for me to go to places that people don't know me, and I have to just be there. And basically, I push myself. It was good, but as I said, I stop it now because it's not only about the selling, in person, which I particularly enjoy, but it's also a lot to do with technology. As you know, nowadays social media is so important, so you need to keep posting things, either on Instagram or Facebook or private chats, this and that. At the end, it was too much, being on the phone, and for something that I'm doing just on the side as something little, like it's not my main job. It was more like something I wanted to develop, like a new skill outside the pharmacy. But really, you can use that skill everywhere, to be fair. So yeah, I enjoy that, and I obviously what I recommend or what I want to sell is gonna be always good, and I will be my first customer to make sure that what I'm selling is the correct thing, really. You never know, maybe in 1 year time or two, if I go back to Spain or we move country, I had to start doing marketing or anything like this. So that's why I think it's an important skill to have, really. Yeah.
I'm gonna be really boring now, and I'm gonna ask you some more about pharmacy. As you said, it's good to have other skills as well. What other skills do you think a pharmacist should have?
Well, I think it's very important to be empathetic and be able to be, approachable. That's something that really for me is different from here to Spain, because even though we've seen in Spain as well as in Romania as a seller, okay, that give medication, this and that, we also are seen as a figure of the neighborhood where people come and ask for help and advice, and it's beautiful. For me, it was shocking to come to a pharmacy here, and you are not able to see the pharmacist. Most of the time, we are at the back. And yeah, fair enough, the staff can deal with the customers, but I think it's good that we use our knowledge to properly help people with their questions and their issues, their worries with the medication, the new treatments. At the end of the day, we study for this and we prepare for all that. So definitely, in general, I think pharmacy should be seen as a platform of well-being, and obviously, the pharmacist is the most important person because we have to keep learning every day to make sure that we keep our patients safe and we help them with anything they need. I think it's important to be approachable and to be understanding and to help people and adapt ourselves to the conversation that they can understand and they are happy to take the medication, and basically we are making a significant impact in their lives. So that's the most important thing for me in pharmacy. That's why when I've been doing, other jobs in places where the pharmacist is only checking on a corner or is not in contact with the public, I don't feel that comfortable, because for me, the most beautiful thing I do is actively helping people when they come and they ask you to have a private word, and you really help them. That makes me happy because all my studies and my knowledge and also my personality come out and I'm able to help. And that's what is, satisfactory for me, really. Obviously, to be like that, you need to keep learning every day. You cannot be obsolete. You need to be in the business and learning continuously. And that's the only way you can assure that what you're doing is the correct thing. We need to be seen as a person that can help. And that's, I think, was the first idea We are the experts in medication, but we also, study to give the advice, not just dispensing for you, discuss, answer your questions, and sometimes even give advice without asking because we want to make sure you're doing the right thing.
What about other types of skills, like you said before, about public speaking, marketing, things like that, or business-oriented skills that you can use?
Why not? It's a
well?
business in the end, isn't it? If you can be complete and be able to sell good things, I see it as a business, of course, but I also think it makes me, I'm not scared to sell something that I know that is going to help the person. I don't see it only as a profit for the business. Most important thing I see that this is a good cream, for example, that is really going to help you. People need to understand, and that's the mentality that is very different in my country. We pay for quality. We don't mind. If someone with the expertise is recommending you something, it's not always just because of the money. It's because, we know that that is going to work. The reality is that sometimes the better products, you need to pay a bit more, especially in the business that we are talking about.
What about technology in pharmacy? What do you think that will be in the future?
Technology is important everywhere. So we just need to go with the flow, really. I got these issues at work with some people that are a bit older and they struggle because now everything is, we're even using a platform to order the medication that is sometimes a failure because it's the glitch on the computer and this and that, and it's difficult to explain that to people. Yeah, our company is using a lot of social media now as well, so we have people coming asking for certain things they see on Instagram or where we are not even 100% aware what was that. So yeah, but lives goes on, so we need to adapt to the new everything basically. So it's sometimes hard, but it's always for the better, I think.
I was thinking more of, do you think pharmacists will be replaced by robots?
They already been replaced by robots on day in so many places. Not pharmacists itself, but staff. Yeah, our company is using a robot already. Yeah, it's working. To be fair, it's saving work to all of us. But there are certain things that will never be replaceable, and is the empathy. The understanding. A robot cannot, have that. And this is one of the main reasons why I like my company, because it's a small family-run business, and they still want to keep that little, bit of still being seen as the pharmacy of the neighborhood. And we are trying to accommodate to the future with technology, as I explained before, and also as you said with the robots. But we still have this little hint of family business, and that really made me happy. I like that. Eventually, it could happen, but they always need to keep a minimum level everywhere, like in the banks. When you go to the banks nowadays, most of the time, are machines everywhere, but there is always a minimum level of still human beings trying to help people, because not everybody is so adaptable, especially the generations that are older than us. It would be a shame if we lose that. A robot can dispense your tablets, that's fine, but you cannot have that relationship, that bond with your customers.
What about giving advice via Skype or
Yeah, that's fine. We do that as well. Yeah, but with a person, you mean via Skype, a person, but digital. Yeah, still it's a person.
One person could be covering like 10 pharmacies or something like that. So the rest of the pharmacists will be out of jobs.
I know, but that's why we need to keep learning to be prepared for anything that can happen the day of tomorrow. We are adaptable human beings. We're just resilient. We just go for, in the circumstances you have in life, you will adapt. You just will do what you have to do, really. And the more skilled you are, the easier it will be for you. Yeah.
Do you have any hobbies?
I do love reading, I have to say. Reading and music and traveling. They're my three favorite ones. Yeah. I couldn't live without music. I absolutely adore having music always. I cannot live without music, actually. It's really, really part of my routine every day, all sorts of musics. I play piano. I'm not the best. I don't have a lot of time to practice, but my piano is here and it's always with me. And yeah, I just enjoy a lot through music. And obviously, the most important thing for me is traveling. And I want to pass on that to my little child. I want him to know the world. It's the best university, the university of traveling, really.
When did you learn to play the piano?
Since very early age, I started playing when I was like 5. Yeah, and I went to the conservatory in Spain, to the School of Music. And then when I came to the UK, I brought the piano with me. And I actually happened to meet an amazing woman who is a tutor, is a piano tutor. And for me, it was an absolutely privilege that she took me as a student. She's living now in Singapore. She's not here anymore. But it was amazing. And I kept learning with her in the UK at a different way than in Spain, because there you have to go to the school and you have to play what they want you to learn. Well, here I actually said to her how I felt like every week, and we were playing things that I enjoy and I chose, and she chose for me depending on how I felt. And it was a really good connection, and I really, really enjoy when I was playing with her here. Now, obviously, she's not here anymore. I hope that one day she comes back to York and she can start teaching my son. But obviously, I still got my music and I play what I like for him, and he's very interested already in music as well. And I don't mind the instrument he wants to choose. I would love him to really have passion for music as well, but I'm not gonna push him to do something he doesn't want to. But I would love to, yeah, that he plays something. It doesn't need to be piano. It can be the saxophone or anything he likes. I think music develops a lot this side of that we all should have, the emotions, the creativity. I think I'm quite balanced as well. It's helped me to be balanced because our jobs is very science, and the other side of our brain should be more developed. And I think music helps me to do that, as well as painting. I used to take here live drawing lessons for a few years, and it's good to live your imagination fly. I really like it. Yeah.
That's great. So keep at it if you have time.
Yeah, exactly.
You said about traveling. Well, you didn't do any traveling in the past 2 years, did you?
No, not with the COVID, obviously, no. And obviously pregnancy and having the baby, no chance. This has been a really difficult, extraordinary time for everybody. But yeah, I used to. Since I came to the UK, I've been traveling basically every year. And actually, because my parents are in Spain, I used to go before, like every month or something. I used to have a long weekend there. Since I was a little kid, I've been traveling a lot. Holidays on summer with my mom, because my grandparents obviously they live in Panama, so we used to go from Spain to Panama basically every summer. And then from Panama we would go to United States to visit friends and family as well there. So this is where I learned English really. I never learned English either in the UK or never came here. To be honest, my English was really, really American when I arrived here. I took the opportunity since I've been here to travel a lot because UK has really good airports and good communication to go everywhere.
Any interesting experiences on the road on your travels?
Oof, a lot. I mean, traveling itself, I found interesting things everywhere I go. But if, for example, I have to tell you places that I would love to go back. For example, I will go back to Brazil. I really, really was impressed with this country. And I probably would go back again to Morocco. It's another place that really I found really interesting as well. Yeah, I mean, I like everywhere I've been. There is something I really like. There is only maybe one place that I didn't feel like, I don't know, I don't know, maybe I wouldn't come back again here. Maybe I chose the wrong place. One of them was in Greece. Even though I always wanted to go to Greece, maybe for the first time I chose not the better place because it was Zante, and it was really big party, and it was totally opposite what I was looking for. And another one was Malta. It didn't impress me as well. I didn't have a great I don't know, but I don't want to say anything because all countries got something special. It's just obviously as human beings, you get more attached to some places than others, really, because of the culture or anything, even the food, doesn't matter. So yes, for me, I really was impressed with Brazil in general. The music, the food, the people, I really, really was impressed. Yeah.
What lessons have you learned so far in
Oh,
life?
a lot of lessons. I think, and you know this, when you don't live in your own country, you learn a lot of lessons sometimes, faster than other people, really. Adapting ourselves to different culture is a lesson itself in life. No, I think in general, just to be resilient and just accept things as they come and try not to get overwhelmed, just carry on and keep, seeing the best in life because life is beautiful. Sometimes it's difficult, but it's beautiful. For good is adapting, be adaptable. I like that sentence because it's very important. If you are not flexible or adaptable, it can be really tough.
True. And be
Yeah,
optimist.
yeah, definitely.
Well, what are your plans for the future? What would you like to achieve?
I just want my son to be a happy person, happy, healthy, successful. That will be a dream. And as a parent, I think I really want him to be happy and successful in life. Personally, I think I actually achieved a lot. And it sounds very, I don't know, it maybe don't sound good, but I think I'm 40, I've done a lot, I travel a lot, I've got a beautiful partner who loves me and cares for me, and I've got a healthy little boy. So at the moment, I'm quite content. Just take life as it is and just be healthy to enjoy. I don't want to ask for more. I just feel that we all blessed somehow. Obviously, if I had to tell you something that I would love to, and it's kind of one of our ideas as a couple as well, is obviously to go to live in Spain, to be close to my parents, and I want my son to have my culture as well. I'm here, obviously, it's difficult, but I want to have to live all the beautiful things I live in my childhood, all our traditions. We are a very traditional country, and that's something that I would love him to have, all our traditions. The situation is difficult in Spain. It's not the best to go back at the moment. My partner doesn't speak the language. So we need to also be practical in life. Sometimes decisions are based in practicality as well. As much as spontaneous I am and I follow my heart and this and that, I also have a good balance of thinking what's the best for all of us, and we need to be realistic. This is our place at the moment, and we live as it is and be happy doing what we're doing. That's the most important thing, really.
So you don't want to become a billionaire or anything like that?
No, for what? No, I'm happy. No, I don't think so. Obviously, if I play the lotto and I win, I'm not going to refuse that. And I, but first thing, actually, I never play. So if I don't play, how am I gonna win, right? I just try to take care of myself as much as I can to be healthy. And with health, you go a long way. You can do a lot of things, really. I'm not
Well,
asking for that much, really. I just want the people who are around, surround, my family, friends, and be healthy. We work with the health and and we see a lot, don't we? I mean, I see a lot at work. And the more I see, the more blessed I feel, really, because we see a lot of young people taking a lot of medication and people changing their life from one day to the other like this. They had strokes, heart attacks, and that's why it made me feel, blessed of what we have and also happy that we can help them with such an impact in their lives. I think when you work with health, you see life in different way as well to other people that don't see, they're not in contact with this every day.
yeah,
I
true.
get attached to some customers and obviously they're getting older. I've been here 16 years and during all these years, you know how many times I have like I coming back on Monday or and some of my customers pass away because of age, obviously, and you get sad. It's like, wow, life is so fragile as well. And this is it, death is part of life and we see it every day, it's so when you work with health, I believe you see life in different way. I think so. I don't know, what do you think? You maybe think different to me, but it
No,
makes us a bit different as well, a bit more, different to another person that is not in contact with this every day.
yeah, true. Do you have a favorite quote?
After a conversation with my boss, it stuck in my head, and is that you can't be responsible for other people's actions. This caused me a lot of frustration in the past. But now, since I got this, I remind me that every day, myself to myself, I'm much better with that. So this is one of the sentences recently that I got, I'm using a lot, to be honest. Yeah, as a motto.
I was thinking about what you said about being an optimist is hard work. It is
It is.
because it's so easy to cave in and to embrace the drama and the bad things that are coming your way. So I totally get that.
Yeah, because that's the dominant thing, the norm. The norm is complaining, the norm is to be surrounded by people who drain your energy. That's the norm. So
Yeah.
when I meet someone that is similar, this is the type of people I like to have around me. We are, at the end of the day, we are human beings. If someone is constantly telling you all the negative in life, you will be, in that spiral.
Well, I've heard about that experiment where, you can actually get someone ill just by suggesting it.
Mind is powerful. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, it's really hard to surround yourself with happy people and with people
Yeah.
who see life in a bright light. Everybody's complaining. Everybody has miserable lives, and it's like I was talking to someone the other day about his experience. He thought his life was horrible, and then he ended up in a hospital with people that would never recover or things like that. And he thought, oh man, I'm so fortunate that I know I'm gonna recover and I'm gonna get through
Wow.
this. But other people won't have the same luck, and then
Exactly.
you start to see life in a different light and you start to appreciate what you've got, your health and your
Yeah.
life.
Yeah.
But why do we have to go through something like that to appreciate our lives?
Exactly. It shouldn't be like this. It shouldn't. It should be like you generally appreciate your life already. You don't need to have these big shocks in your life. But as I said, in general, it's a norm. Is the everybody wants more always. Is it? I don't know. I just quite humble in that way. And I know sometimes, and I appreciate it because I've been told that I live like, oh, like in Disney, or everything is always so good for you, like by colleagues, other
It,
pharmacies when they, and
but
I've
it's
been told that, but it
yeah,
doesn't affect me at all. I don't care. I'm not gonna react by reaction. I just try. It's hard, but it doesn't mean that me being an optimist and trying to see the best things in life, that I don't have my sad moments or my moments of difficulties internally. It's just I know how to deal with them. That's the difference. And I made the effort of dealing with them. Because if I don't make an effort, I could be in bed crying, or I could be complaining, or be miserable all my life. So it's up to you. It's in you that if you want to have that choice, you can have it. But majority of people don't, because it's hard work. That's why I really appreciate mindfulness, because it's the art of living, it's the art of appreciating what you have now. It's not saying we don't have problems. We all have issues. It's how you approach them, how you are able to get rid of those thoughts, how you're able to manage those emotions. That's the difference. And for that to be, you need to be really balanced, and you need to work it out. It's not coming from one day to the other. You work it out. Some people are more natural than others, but you still need to work it out. So I even did that work for a few years. We had a little box, and every day before we close, I ask my staff, tell me one nice thing that happened to you today. And we did this for 3 years in a row. The second year, they decided not to say. We decided to write it in a paper. We wrote in a paper every day the good thing that happened to us, and then we put in the box. And 31st of December, we will read during that year what happened. Can you believe that for some people, at first, it was difficult to think? of a good thing that happened today that day. We all have good things that happen to us every day, but people only focus on the bad. Every day there is something nice that happened to you. It could be something as little as my partner bringing me the coffee to bed every morning before going to work, or my lunch break, or a customer telling me how nice is my blouse, or a customer telling me thank you for the advice the other day, or I do an injection to a child and he doesn't cry. That made my day. There is always something good. But that's, again, something you need to work out because people don't pay attention to those little things. If you start working or practicing that, you will see the difference.
Very true. Yeah. How do you learn that?
In mindfulness.
Well,
Yeah.
where people should start, because some people, they just can't focus on good things. They won't
I
see
know,
them.
because it's easier not to. You will always focus in that, for example, at work, you will always focus in that customer that was aggressive or was angry or just literally blow your day up. But it was only one. There is other things, and it's just not about the customers. It's about today could be how nice it's been seeing you and having this chat. Why not? It's always
Yeah.
something, Andy. And I would love people to really do that at home every day when you're in bed. Think in at least one good thing that happened to you today, or one good feeling you had that day.
Yeah, that's great advice. Yeah, it's like, I was reading somewhere about a guy who published a book, and then he was reading the reviews of the book on Amazon or whatever. And it said if he had like 100 positive reviews and one negative, he'll focus on that negative
Of
one.
course, like everything. You can even ask to your kids. That will be interesting to know.
Yeah, but that's good advice and good exercise to do. I've
It
I've
is.
heard it
It
before,
is.
but it's not natural. It doesn't come
It's
natural, so it is hard work.
talking through about how you approach life and what you've done or what you want to do is a good exercise for everybody, really. So yeah,
Well, this
thank
podcast
you for inviting me.
this podcast taught me to listen to people because
Yeah.
I can't stop talking. I like to talk a lot. So this is very hard for me just to listen to you
Yeah.
because I want to talk. I want to talk more than you want to talk.
Yeah. Yes. Well, it's good for you. It's a good exercise, of course. Yeah.
It helped me in the pharmacy as well because now I can listen
To
to
be patient.
people.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm not going to interrupt them and tell them what they should do.
Mhm.
I just
Yeah.
listen
Listen
first.
first. Remember the book I told you, The Power of Nunchi.
Yeah,
Listen first, observe, and
yeah.
then, build that rapport.
But it's good. I'm happier listening
Yeah.
to others. And you,
Yeah.
unbelievable. I
Yeah.
am. So
Good. It's really good.
I'm so happy when I get people that want to talk because some people don't want to talk.
Yeah. Of
So
course.
anything else you want to share with us?
No, I'm happy like this. I'm very, very happy to share with you. Thank you for inviting me, Andy.
Well, thank you for accepting my invitation and
My
good
pleasure.
luck, good luck with your happy life.
Thank you. Good luck as well with everything, and I hope to see you soon, Andy.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you.
Yeah, see you
Uh,
later.
thank you guys for listening. It was great having Delia tonight. See you next week. Bye.